What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Pacers Gaming Podcast. Today, we have some pretty interesting people back with us. First, always, Brian Colon, a.k.a. WoLF, Ramo, a.k.a. Ramo,
Yep.
and someone you may have never seen before. He's behind the scenes quite often for us, but we're excited to introduce Eddie White today. So, Eddie, welcome on. How are you?
Well, I heard the ratings for like the first 100 shows you guys have been in the toilet. So I figured I'd come over here and try to elevate, not necessarily the intellectual level, because when you got these two guys, you can't get any better. But I figured I'll add something to this mess. So what do we got?
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here, Eddie. And first, let's let the viewers and fans of Pacers Gaming know who you are. What do you do on the Pacers side? What do you do for Pacers Gaming as well?
Well, for Pacers Gaming, I do whatever you tell me to do. Basically, I help out with, I guess you'd call it public relations or media relations or communications, helping get the word out about our team, our league, our players, whether it's weekly statistics or it's a media guide or it's getting an interview done or something like that. But I'm an old sports PR guy, having worked for back in the day at the University of Notre Dame, the Miami Dolphins, Reebok, Puma, Adidas. I help out the Pacers, the Fever, the Mad Ants, and of course, we were so excited a year ago when we became one of 17 teams to enter this NBA 2K League, a whole new world, especially for somebody like me. It was exciting, and it's just cool. It's just great to be a part of it, and anything I can do to help these guys and help you get to our eventual goal. And our goal is not to be the most publicized team in the history of basketball. It's to bring a championship to the people of Indiana. That's what we're about.
Well said, Eddie. Well said. So, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on Eddie and just kind of the atmosphere that changes when he walks in the room for us. I know he'll come sneak over sometimes while you guys are playing. Ramo, I'll let you start. Just thoughts on Eddie.
Impression of him?
First impression of Eddie. Let's hear it.
So I never met Eddie ever before since I got traded here, and when I first walked into the facility, Eddie was there. I think the first or second week,
Yep.
And he just caught me off guard. Like the way he was talking to me is like one of them like crazy uncles that you really love, like, but he like gives you a hard time. It's like he's kind of like, just being like just saying crazy stuff to you that you just don't expect, And he's good vibes, good people. He actually taught me a lot of stuff, from getting traded. He taught me some valuable lessons and media stuff, and just happy to have met the guy,
Yes, sir.
So my story is when I first got drafted, first day, I didn't know I was coming to Indiana. They called my name, first round, 13 picks. So I walk up, shake Donahue's hand, the whole spiel. And as soon as I walked through the curtain, guess who's there? The man himself, Eddie White. And it's an exciting moment, right? When you get drafted, it's pretty a lot of emotions and stuff. And Eddie calm, brought things down to earth, calmed me down because I had to go to the media gauntlet.
Did he calm you down, boy?
Yeah, he calmed me down, boy. Shout out to Kobe Yusuf. But he was just real funny, brought the emotions down and really helped me through the media gauntlet. So that
media gauntlet was crazy.
Yeah, it was just, super overwhelming, a lot of cameras, lights. That was the first time both of us ever done that.
If you're not used to that, that was.
And we weren't though. It was our first time ever on the camera. So Eddie really helped me out. And that's a day I'll never forget. Obviously draft day, but meeting Eddie was classic.
There's a method to my madness. First of all, I guess I was the first person you met from the Pacers Gaming family.
Of course. Well, I know Cody
you were
before,
officially a member.
Officially, yeah.
But my thing was, as I mentioned earlier, I worked in sports PR for 100 years. And so, when I'm at Notre Dame, you're with the coaches and players of Notre Dame. When I was with the Dolphins, you're with Don Shula and Dan Marino. Those guys had faced media forever and ever and ever. Marino, even when he played in college at Pitt. But when we got into this venture, I knew we were going to be drafting some guys that maybe had never had a microphone put in front of them. And I can imagine what I was like at their age, a microphone put in front of you when it's never happened before. Yep. So I knew I had to go on the offense to, one, get their trust. And I couldn't do that walking up like most of these goofy executives. I always call them the khaki beige guys. They had the khaki beige pants. And,
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet
with
you.
the handshake.
That's not me. So I
Totally
wanted to
different.
come up
Totally
and
different.
right out of the gate, like you said it, as that crazy uncle
Yeah.
that, hey, this is family.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are family. I mean, he was our first draft pick ever. And you traded for this guy. They're family.
Yep.
So you treat him like family. I love you. I'm going to give you a hard time. I got your back. I know what I'm good at. I'll try to help you with that. And let's all get done what we want to get done. So that's why my style is unique. It's not normal.
Yep.
It's not what you get from a lot of people, but it's worked for me. And obviously, you try to make an impact initially right out of the gate, and I think I did it when just
You
heard what these two
definitely
guys
did.
said.
Yeah. You like
100%,
calm things down, like made it fun. I was like all serious and stiff and excited, but you like, just eat into it. So
Yeah.
definitely worked.
It's funny because like, the fact that you say that, because like you calm everything down. Like you was like I said, like the crazy uncle. Then Cody's like he does everything by the book and like he's very professional. So like when you came onto the scene, and I first met you, you was like the complete opposite of Cody. So it just caught me by surprise. Like wait, like the culture that Cody's trying to bring here or build here is like completely different to like the culture that you bring in. When I first met you, it's just like whoa, kind of caught me off guard. Stuff you were saying, it's just like you had me laughing throughout the whole time.
I think it's different. I think having worked with teams that, with football, we had, 50, 60 guys on the roster, and not all of them are going to have your personality.
Yeah.
Not all of them are going to have your personality. And I think the key is for any coach, general manager, as the players themselves, is we're only going to win as a team. I mean, if you walked out there and played by yourself, we're not going to win a game.
No
Same
way.
with you. But together with your teammates, with all the different personalities, the different backgrounds, whatever, we can work. And that's how the world works. And I think that's the beauty of sport, is bringing personalities together, people that are just different, and get them working. And I work better with someone. When I was at the Dolphins, my assistant was totally opposite of me. His personality was more like Cody's. We were awesome. We worked well together. I don't know if I couldn't work with somebody like me. I'd kill him. So I think it works well to have different personalities.
Definitely. I feel like we're the yin to each other's yang
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
bit, for sure.
definitely.
And that's why Eddie brings so much to the team, and having him around you guys. He's relatable, and I think even though you've never been involved in esports before, your personality, it fits really well with what we do here. So
Am I dying or am I getting fired? I mean,
This is your eulogy.
All these nice things. I've never had, nobody said any nice things about me in 30 years.
It's funny when we met the Pacer staff, they said the complete opposite about Eddie. Like joking around.
Yeah,
Everybody
like,
loves
watch
him,
out
like,
for Eddie
Even the owner-
White.
even
Like, what?
the owner threw
Stay
me
away
under.
from Eddie. Stay away from Eddie.
Right?
Yeah.
Hermie and Steve
The-
would tell you
even the
guys
owner.
stay away from Eddie. It's
Be
like
careful with that guy.
ownership's throwing me under the bus. That's
Right.
probably good, though. That means they know who you are and they kind of like you.
Oh man. So let's take a turn here. We have some topics from some of our fans. Okay. So first, shout out to Adrian, aka Buddy Buns, always in Discord, hanging out on Twitter and in our stream. This is out of left field here, but I'm gonna ask it. So all three of you need to answer. I will as well. Best cereal of all time. Nothing to do
Best
with
what?
2K. Cereal. What's
that's
your
easy.
favorite
Cereal?
of all time?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon. Okay, that's a good
Whole
one.
milk.
Why? When did you start eating that, and why is that your
I
favorite?
was a baby. I mean, I love cinnamon. It's fire. It's
I
crunchy.
like cinnamon.
You know what I'm
Toast Crunch.
saying? Like you put a little milk on it, to make it soft if you want it like
All right,
that.
relax.
I'm
It's
just
just
saying.
It's just cereal.
It's cereal, I know, but
I have to say-
there's
Look at
levels.
Eddie
There's
say-
levels. There's levels to cereal.
Best part of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the milk after you've
Yes,
eaten it, when you drink the
I was
milk.
going to
Yeah.
get to that.
Woo,
But you already
that's the
know.
best
Like I said, there's levels.
I like two. I would say Lucky Charms and I like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay, I love
Like
that.
both.
Lucky Charms not
See,
it
you
because
talking about-
sometimes you get a bad
you talking
batch
about,
with no
you talking about the
marshmallows.
milk after the cereal.
That's
Honey Nut
good too.
Cheerios?
And that's
Like-
good too.
Nah.
You never even had it.
I had them, bro. They're okay.
Get out of here.
They're okay.
I got 3 answers.
Okay.
Being an old
Three?
guy.
Wow.
Because when I was a little kid, it was Captain Crunch. Because
I like
there
Captain
was
Crunch.
so
Love
much
it.
sugar
Yep.
in that
Love
thing.
it.
I was wired,
Apple Jacks. Now
you're
that you
bouncing
mentioned
around the thing. Then as you get older, you get into sports, so you got to have Wheaties. Then you find out Wheaties are kind of But now that I'm old, I like the Raisin Bran.
Raisin
And I
Bran.
like Raisin Bran at the end of the box.
with the cornflakes.
Huh? No, Raisin Bran with the raisin in it.
They have raisins. Yeah. It's like
Raisin.
healthy. It's healthy for
Yeah,
you.
it's healthy, but
Supposed to be,
I
yeah.
like it when the boxes are at the bottom. It's all like the crunch stuff.
Yeah.
You jump it in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like. You? Why, his would be like oatmeal with like wheat
Yeah.
germ
No,
or
I do
something.
like oatmeal.
There you go. How did I know that one?
Wait, what did he say?
No,
Some generic stuff.
I'm a sweet cereal guy too, so I'd probably say like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch are the big three
All right,
for
big
me.
question
probably.
though. Have you guys ever put bananas in your cereal with the milk?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't either.
Used to have cornflakes. Was great.
Man.
Bananas. It might
Man,
be
you guys
an
are
East
not
Coast
living.
thing.
You never had a banana with cereal? Wow.
Yeah, you cut up the banana and put it in the
Yes.
milk. Yeah, it might
He
be an
knows.
East Coast thing.
Might be. I don't
put
know.
peanut
I mean,
butter
he's
on
from New
toast?
York, so
You put
I
peanut
do.
butter on toast?
obviously.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I don't like peanut butter.
Try that. Banana in your cereal. Trust.
Have you done a sandwich with peanut butter and then you cut the bananas and put it on top of the
course.
peanut butter?
Fire.
That one's
I
good
tried
too.
it before. I
Use some water with that,
I
though.
tried it
Sometimes
with
you get the yucky
Nutella.
mouth, you know?
Yeah.
No, Nutella. I forgot what it's called. Some like special restaurant in New York that like makes like the Nutella. They put like banana and peanut butter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Chocolate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's good.
Yeah.
What about restaurants in general? Let's say non-chain restaurants. I know Eddie, you're a food connoisseur here in Indy, but
in Indy or overall?
let's say overall, because you guys
a
have
few.
eaten obviously more in New York. You've eaten in New York too quite a bit. So just overall favorite restaurants anywhere.
I like that. What's that pizza spot that you took us to? We went to the movies.
Is it Giordano's?
I think,
Oh,
yeah.
Giordano's,
I
yeah.
like that place.
That's pretty good.
That's
That's pretty
good.
good.
Deep
like that.
dish.
I mean, that's
Real
deep dish.
Yeah.
The only downside is for that one, you have to wait like an hour
we
for your
waited.
food.
Yeah, we
It
waited
is
for
fresh, so I get it. But
Yep.
It was good though.
it was fire.
It was good.
Yeah.
For me, like, I don't know. I'm a little bougie, so the little steak, I like Del Frisco's. I'm pretty sure you've been in New York City. Fire steak.
Are we talking about Indy or New York?
Anywhere.
Anywhere in the world. I mean, if one restaurant I had to go
Whatever, I
to,
did.
it'll be Del Frisco's.
Is that only in New York? Is that like a specialty?
No, there's Del Frisco.
Yeah, there's a
Dallas.
few. There's
Yeah.
a few.
They're all over
Yeah.
the place.
It's like a high end steakhouse.
Better than St. Elmo's?
Never been to St. Elmo, so I can't say. But I'm going this year
Yeah.
for sure.
Mine, I gotta be Italian.
Yeah.
I love Italian. I'm Italian. I like Italian, and I like the Italian family restaurants.
Carmine's?
There's some great ones in New York, in Little Italy, and one of the best is in, believe it of all places, Kansas City, Missouri.
Really?
Yeah, you walk in, and it's called it begins with a G. Michael Garozzo. Garozzo's the guy that owns it. He's a big guy, right out of New York.
Italian.
Goes, how you doing? That's how we greet you. You walk in, everything's
cigar?
black
Straight from the
and
mob?
white. Everything's black and white.
You got a
The
cigar?
plates and everything. No, they can't smoke inside. All the pictures are Sinatra, and the only music being played is Sinatra. And it's all homemade. Now, there was a place in New York that it used to be Danny Marino's favorite restaurant, Vagabundo or something. And you walked in, and the guy walked out. There's no menu. The guy walked out, and it was a skinny little place. Like you walk down the steps
Yeah.
of New York, and he'd say, this is what we got. We got minestrone soup, we got ravioli, we got gnocchi, we got pasta, and we got cannolis for dessert. What do you want? That's what the chef made then. And boom, that was it. You get the homemade wine, and you just ordered one of everything, and you ate it. There was no menu. Whatever he cooked that day, it was homemade. So if,
That's cool.
if I had the last meal,
Yeah.
got to be Italian.
Interesting. I love Italian too. I've never really been to on that level before, but I think if I had to pick, my last meal would probably be Italian.
Southern
From
Indiana
where,
would be
though?
like MCL cafeteria.
Don't say like
or
Olive
something.
Garden or something, please. Like, no.
I thought you'd be the cafeteria. The Southern Indiana guy.
No, I like homemade Italian.
Okay.
Is probably homemade spaghetti, lasagna, something like that.
Ever
Probably.
have gnocchi?
Had what?
Gnocchi's good.
Gnocchi.
With some cheese?
What's that?
Yeah,
What-
gnocchi.
I've never
It's
even
like
heard that.
G-
It's
and-
like pasta with cheese in it.
Yeah. GNOCCHI.
Oh,
You guys ever had
okay,
that?
I've seen that
Fire.
spelled out, but I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever
Oh, it's
had it.
unbelievable. Get that
Yeah.
with
Is,
sauce,
is it like
meatballs
baked
on it.
ziti?
No, it's like
potato,
pasta
it's
balls,
just
like
potato
potato,
and cheese in
yeah.
one.
And they stuff it with cheese and
Yeah.
How big are they?
So,
Like
so look,
Little.
like bite size, like
this is
yeah,
why I
bite size.
look when we go to that New York restaurant, son, y'all gotta take me out for that.
You got to get it.
It's
No,
tough.
it's
Yeah, it's
on
really
you.
good. I love it.
It's on
Great
you though, right?
restaurant. Little Italy in New York, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
You guys got the best Italian joints
You
going.
see how he's trying to avoid the question. It's on you though, right?
Yeah, it's on me.
Let's go.
I'm the crazy.
Free food.
All
right.
Can't beat it.
Another topic, completely different, but we've been taking Lyft quite a bit this season. One of our partners, shout out to Lyft.
Shout out to Live for real.
You guys lift in every single morning. And in Las Vegas, when we were there for the Turn tournament, I was with my mom taking her to Mother's Day brunch. Hi, Mom. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. And I had the option on Lyft to take a self-driving car First time I'd ever seen it.
What do you mean
I saw that.
self-driving car?
So, when you go in and you can pick like standard, luxury, or whatever, one of the options was self-driving.
You drive the car?
No one drives.
No
It's
one
a
drives
robot,
the
bro.
car.
It's a
Like a
Vegas.
robot.
I'll never do
in
that.
Vegas. In Vegas. So,
I will never do that.
admittedly, we didn't do it, but it was really interesting to see that is now an option. So,
I'm stunned.
I want to get your thoughts. What do you think about self-driving cars? Tesla, they just announced, if you don't know, that if you own a Tesla in the next 2 or 3 years, you can add it to their network where you park at home in the middle of the night when you get home from work or whenever, and it will self-drive and be a taxi for you and make you money when you're not driving it.
I don't know about that concept.
How does it?
One thing, strangers in my car when I'm not there, that's a no-no.
Okay.
That's like a big no-no because I'm a clean person. My cars are when I had
mean-
cars, it was clean.
But what if
Look, if I'm getting free money while I'm sleeping, I'll take it.
see
What?
that's how I think.
But the thing is, though, there's no way I could let a car drive me. Like, no, I can't.
Yeah?
Not no computer or whatever.
That's kind of like a scary.
I can't do that.
It's like a scary
I
concept.
can't. I
like,
can't
don't
trust
know.
my life in a
Right.
computer or like how you gonna drive on the highway or just on the road? Like something quick happens that like it's not gonna be able to react that fast.
I seen videos of people driving
Not
on
like
the
you,
highway,
at least.
sleeping on the highway while the
Yeah.
car's driving. I'm like, that's crazy.
I mean, maybe in the future it's better, like 20 years, 10 years from now, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, nah.
yeah.
It's the early stages.
You don't trust
Your
it
best
enough.
move is you didn't do it with your mother.
Right.
If you're gonna try it, you ain't doing it with family members.
True.
Now, secondly,
I'm
if
not
I'm
doing
gonna
it,
try
period.
it, which I'm probably not, it's gonna be in Indianapolis or somewhere
Sure.
where I know
Yeah.
what the hell's going on. So if something goes wrong, I'm jumping out the car.
Right.
In Vegas? Are you kidding me? I
hell.
ended up in the Grand Canyon, and who do I tell?
Right.
Yo, driver! Oh, God, there's nobody in here. I check the phone; it's not working, and it's like a Twilight Zone episode. I'm on a ride forever that never ends.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'll pass.
You'll pass.
Yeah.
See, I think the concept's fascinating, and I think we're even closer to that point than we realize. Like, I think in 4 or 5 years, no one
Plus, say
could be driving cars.
4 or 5 years from now, you were looking at flying cars or something.
You know what's great? Like, it's
looking
cool.
like
Like,
this.
the idea is great, but I need more people to test it, and I'm not gonna be one of them.
I'm not gonna be. Yeah, I'm
I'm not gonna be one of
See,
them. Hey,
I'm not-
y'all
I'm
want to
not
go
gonna
ahead
be
and
the
go in the
guinea
car, make sure it works.
See, I think it's bad because
In like a few years,
people
I'll
out of
test it.
work.
wants to be the guinea pig.
That's-
to test
Nah,
on
I'm
this.
definitely
They put people out of work. Bus drivers,
Yep.
That's
pilots.
true.
Right, yeah, that's-
All of a sudden, they won't need people to
Yep.
do stuff. Mailmen. I mean, you won't need people. It puts people out of a job. Nah, I don't need it.
It's like they
That's
got the
true.
self-service cashiers at the stores now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, I hate that.
that.
How about
grocery
when you
stores,
call
yeah.
to complain about the TV going out or something like that, and you get all these
the automated.
Automated.
prompts with, hello, you've. I mean,
Press.
You can't-
press 2
I
for
press
this.
0.
Press
I'm
on
like, yo,
come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to
how
somebody.
many
I
times
press
you get a
0.
phone call now from a number you're not quite sure who it is?
I don't pick
I
up.
have to answer because I'm the. I think it could be a PR person
I'm
or a
not
media
picking up.
person. I go hello, and it's some tape about insurance or your bank
Mm-hmm.
account. Or I just delete it. It could be the Russians or the Chinese or somebody's coming to get me.
It's constant now too.
Well,
like
that's your mindset. I ain't picking up.
daily, I get calls from numbers I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But to your point, I've heard companies like Lyft and Uber could easily go out of business if that Tesla network happens because it's cheaper. You don't have to pay someone to drive the
Oh,
car.
yeah, that's true.
Isn't the beauty of having a driver, and I did this in Vegas, is I like to talk to them. Like in New York, I love to get a cab driver or something like that. Sometimes in the mood to talk, but like where you from? Because nobody in Vegas is from Vegas.
Yeah.
And the one guy said he was originally from Indiana. I go, I just got here from Indiana, and he knew a guy who knew somebody who played basketball against Dan Dockich. In fact, he did. And we're talking about Indiana, and I asked about the Raiders coming to town. What's been it's like? If you have a driverless car, who the hell do you talk to?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. The social aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like you're in New York. Whether it's a Lyft driver or a cab driver, you can get a lot of cool stuff about what's
for
going on in
sure.
the city.
Yeah.
My ride to the Breakfast Club today was the most funniest Lyft
Yeah, that
ride
was a
I had
great
since
Lyft.
I've been in Indy. Literally the most funniest. I told him to swing around the block one more time just so we can have another conversation.
And if
That's how
you
funny it
go
was.
with him and his headless monster over here, you're not going to get that stuff.
That's
He
very
was
true.
talking about basketball and he was getting into it.
Yeah, we had
He was
some, we had
getting
some
into
deep
it.
basketball arguments for 10 minutes.
I felt like I was in a barbershop.
yeah.
We were just
great.
talking about basketball. Like it was too funny.
I love it. I love it. So on the basketball front, let's talk a little bit about not just Vegas, But Eddie was able to come to Vegas and watch us play for the first time in person a couple weeks ago. And you guys have played on multiple stages now in New York and Vegas. So I'll ask everybody. And this is from Chief. Also, shout out to Chief, who we've
Our
met.
guy Chief. Yeah. Shout out to Chief.
What is your, as players, favorite and least favorite part of being on a stage to play? Okay. And Eddie, for you, just general thoughts on seeing an esport for the first time in person. I'll let
Compared to
anybody
Vegas
start.
and New York, or just in general?
In general, playing on a stage in front of thousands of viewers. Thoughts on favorite, least favorite part.
Well, my favorite part, I'll start with the favorite, is the adrenaline. Like,
Yeah.
I like the energy. Like, we, like we're a very energetic team, and we feed off energy. So, when someone makes a big play, we all stand up and cheer and go crazy, and like that's like my favorite part of playing on the
There's
stage.
different vibes on the stage, like compared to like playing scrims or in the house or whatever. The stage is
time.
like it feels like you're playing for everything. You don't
Yeah.
want to like lose. Like you can't lose. That adrenaline rush you get when you hop on the stage is different.
It feels like a real sport.
Yeah,
Definitely,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah. Eddie, what are your thoughts about watching in person?
Well, just like whether I was with the Dolphins or Notre Dame, I didn't watch it through the eyes of a player or coach. I watched the eyes of a PR guy. It's the same thing with these guys. I agree. We have one of the most boisterous, personality-filled teams in the whole league, and I think that is best exposed when you have a setup like you had in New York,
Yep.
where this
Sure.
knucklehead is 6 inches from the guy on the other team, as opposed to Vegas where you had a stage.
Oh man,
I hate
You know,
that.
and to me, this is a sport. I mean, you try to tell people at my age, and people are like, what is this thing? I see the hurt in them and in you when we lose. I see the joy in them and you when we win. It's not unlike what I saw with Don Shula and Dan Marino. It's not what I saw at Notre Dame. It's not what I saw with Coach Belichick. We worked with the Patriots and any of the NFL teams I worked with over all those years. It's the same emotion. You guys are putting in the hours, the work. And when you can show that on the screen, wherever they're watching, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, it's better. And I think in New York, when you have that kind of circle of doom,
Yep.
you know, it's a half is your circle, half's my circle, but together it's a circle of doom. I mean, I just got onto something here.
I like it. I like
Great. I mean, they look at each other and they're screaming, they're yelling. It's almost like watch a documentary the other night on Muhammad Ali. These guys like Muhammad Ali. They're like, stay away from me. I'm going to get him now. I mean, it's great. We're on the stage in Vegas. You're like looking down like, hey, how you doing down there?
Yep.
I didn't like that setup. I like the circle
I was
of
not a
doom.
fan of the Vegas setup. It was like
It
we
just
could
didn't
cheer each
favor us.
other
It didn't
on.
favor
Yeah.
us. The team we are, we like to like get into it, passionate, and like talk trash to the team, get ourselves going, and like,
Right.
there was like just
Like-
like strictly business. We're just like looking at the crowd and focus on the game compared to.
there
oh,
you go.
sorry.
Yeah.
We're looking at the game compared to like looking at our opponents, talking trash to them, and getting into it. But
That's true because like we're like a mentally strong team, and like we feed off the other team, like getting in their head, and
yeah,
it's
He
tough to
just
get into
needs
our
to
head.
open up a little bit more. He's too much like a mannequin. He sits there kind of quiet. You don't even know sometimes you think he's sleeping. You need to like
stop it.
Get a little bit more going.
Stop
You
it.
know what I'm
Stop
talking
it. Stop it. You know,
I have
I'm
a
nothing
feeling you're
like
being
that.
facetious there.
In fact, I'm the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, and what makes our esport unique is having the circle of doom, because a lot of the
That's
stages
what we're gonna
you
call it
see,
now?
apparently,
Circle of doom.
he's patented the name.
Trademark that. Makes money on that deal.
But in other leagues like OWL or League of Legends, it's side by side, and sometimes you're even in a soundproof room. You can't even see or hear the other team, and it's all about the game. But for us, it's that sports element, that competitive nature that comes out, and I think it makes our
Very
sport
unique.
to watch. It's even more fun to watch our sport because of that. It adds that extra dimension.
For somebody who hasn't, I mean, obviously people watch this probably have already seen the game.
Yep.
But if it's somebody that, I don't know if we're putting this out there on social or to kind of listen, is to hear even the interaction between you and these guys during a timeout, to hear that stuff, that's great. Because a lot of times in other sports, we don't really get to hear what the coach is saying to the players. And even interaction you guys, when you talk to each other and you kind of do the thing of, what, do you think all these guys can read lips? I love these guys going like this.
But you got to realize, like, they're so close, you can hear them sometimes.
Yeah,
so
you
like, you
can
kind of
hear-
want
you can hear
yeah,
them.
Yeah,
you
for
can hear
sure,
them.
for sure.
So like, I don't want them to hear me. Like if I call it a place, say, look for
Like-
this or let's run this. You don't want them to hear it.
That's
Point
true.
guard's like
It's a
where
big
Cody's
advantage.
sitting in the
'Cause I ain't gonna lie,
stage. So it's
the
like, he could
center's
hear
right
me.
across me. I'll hear him sometimes. You don't cover his mouth. Hey, they about to run this.
You know what? The one
Stop
thing, the
speaking so
common
loud.
denominator in any sport for greatness and getting to where you want to go is communication.
Yeah.
And whether it's between each
C
other
word.
when you're
The C word,
competing,
you got it.
and
That's Cody's
when
thing.
and I think you guys do that really, really well. I mean, your
That's-
timeouts are they go the other timeouts, the other teams. My God, it's like 30 seconds over Tokyo. You think bombs are coming down?
It's night and
You
day.
guys
You're
tend
right
to
about
be.
that. Yeah.
That's where you want him. In the foxhole, the kind of level. You imagine me. I'd be ordering pizza.
That's where the structure comes in, Cody.
Put that headset on. I'm
Cody
gonna
built
get
a very
french
great
fries.
structure on the team. I feel like we're like everybody just got trust. He built like 6 guys, all mature. I think what's the youngest age on our team? 23, I think. Damien or 24
No,
maybe.
he's 21.
22.
He's
Basically,
22, yeah.
Basically,
22.
everybody's mature. You could take constructive criticism, listen. All cultural, we all come from sports backgrounds, and everybody's just willing to learn and listen.
Were you going to say something else on that?
No, well, back to like the listenings for our timeouts. I think they're not being biased, but our timeouts are the best. Like this
Yeah.
is everybody's talking. Like in the first 10 minutes, first 10 seconds, Cody lets us stand up because we usually talk
Yeah.
trash. So Cody stays quiet, but then after 50 seconds, like, all right, guys, let's sit down, let's focus.
Yeah.
And then-
All right, guys.
Yeah, and then everybody sits down, and then we listen to what he says, and then Ramo says something, or I do, like, and then we all just like take turns, and it's really like constructive.
Because most of the time when people call timeout, it's like we're on the run. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the first 10 to 50
we're
seconds, we're
getting
all
up talking,
screaming,
yeah,
going
we're
crazy.
talking all crazy. Then we
Yeah.
settle down, guys. Come on, listen.
Yeah. I think in our league, we can take advantage of that time, and that gives us a competitive advantage over our opponents because a lot of people don't use them like we do. So hopefully there aren't many other teams listening to this right now.
Yeah.
But
Keep doing your timeouts, bro. Y'all good over there.
make sure if you're fans of our team, tune in and listen because I think, like Eddie said, it's interesting and it gives you a little bit of insight on what it's like to be a pro in that moment where you're playing for thousands of dollars in front of thousands of viewers. It's different. You're not sitting at home in your basement eating Doritos by yourself. It's legit. It's
Stop
no
with
joke.
the video game stereotype.
Hey,
Stop
we got to
it.
address it. People
That's
still
true.
think that, don't they, Eddie? I'm sure people you talk to
Absolutely.
think that.
You think that's what he thinks?
That's a stereotype,
the
bro.
one
It
thing-
is big time.
It's an old phrase, perception is reality. If someone perceives, you may have a great restaurant, but if he perceives it as being terrible, guess what? It's terrible because he perceives it that way. I think that's the things that we have to overcome. And the more people see you guys, talk to you guys, taste the game, see what it's like. And that's why I said, see the hurt when you lose, see the joy when they win. To me, the most remarkable thing is after the game, when you guys have been screaming, calling the other guys' names, and they're calling you guys. I think it's kind of cool when you all get together as brothers and you shake hands and do the old fist pump or so that because you know what? Y'all need each other.
That's all love
This
after
league's
that.
only going to make it if all the teams are successful. We get more teams next year, more after that. Hey guys, I want to kick your ass tonight. But when it's over, much respect, much love,
for
and
sure.
it's all in gamesmanship. You know, don't take it personally.
It's all love at the end of the day. Everybody knows that. Some people could take it obviously more personal. Me personally, when I'm on the stage, I feel like you stole something from me. That's how I take the game. Till after the game or till the end of the day. I feel like you took something from me personally, and I just want your ad. That's how I feel. That's the approach I come into every game. That's how bad I want to win. That's why it hurts when you lose.
Yep. Eddie, I'm curious. We'll shut this down here in a couple minutes, but excuse me. I just want to hear your thoughts before this was ever a thing, before you knew about eSports, when it was announced that we'd be starting this franchise, and just sort of your thoughts then of eSports and your thoughts now. And I know we've kind of talked about it, but I'm just curious from the sports perspective with your many years of your background, just kind of seeing both sides now, where you stand on eSports.
Well, it was fortunate that I had a son, who was active playing Madden and he played NBA 2K, he played all the sports games, and then every night he was playing this thing, Fortnite. I didn't know what the hell Fortnite was, and then I started to be doing this thing, all this other stuff.
Man.
I'm like, man. And then you saw where gaming was going. You saw that there was this interest, and then like everybody else my age, you hear about this ninja dude, and you hear what he's making, and then you got kids saying, "Hey, look what I'm making," and you just knew that there was going to be a time when the traditional sport was going to hook up with gaming, and it doesn't surprise me, having someone who's worked in the NFL for a million years, that it would be the NBA to do the first one because Adam Silver is a genius.
Yep.
And I think he wanted to be the first one in. And we talked about that. We had some bugs we had to get out last year. We'll get some this year. We'll get better with it. But it is sport. It is competitive nature at its core. I think sometimes we talked about that. There is the stereotypical gamer, is the guy that's in his mother's basement. He's 700 pounds. He's eating Cheetos, and that's a gamer. Well, that's not the guys and gals that I've seen in this league.
Yes, sir.
They work hard. They do their physical training. They have their ups and downs like all the other athletes. Getting along with your teammates. A new guy comes in, a new gal comes in. The Fever get a draft pick. They got to indoctrinate her into the system. Does she fit? Does she not fit? You got those learning curves. It's the same thing here. I mean, last year you had it was a whole new thing.
Yes, sir.
Then this year you only had 2 players back from last year.
Correct.
So that means that 4 people had to figure out what it's like to be part of this operation. And so it's not unlike the Miami Dolphins or the Notre Dame football team or the Fevers team or the Pacers. It's a team. It's a sport. It's competitive. It's different. It's different. And you got to watch it. And I think the more we can get people to, one, catch it on Twitch, catch it on YouTube, and then if hopefully we can get to that day where we can host a game.
Yep.
Whether we host a team from Beijing and they're here. I know we talked about that. The future would be Indiana versus Beijing at 2:00. Well, maybe the perfect world is that the 5 guys are in Beijing and we're here. But I think there's something, though, to that atmosphere when you have that circle of doom and you got 5-on-5. And, that is fun. Yeah. That's the arena that you guys were talking about. I mean, whether the arena is the court at Bankers Life Fieldhouse or it's the NBA 2K studios in Long Island City, it's an arena.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure. And I want your honest answer, yes or no. Would you have thought 3 or 4 years ago that you would have this stance on gaming?
No. I was a dad of a kid saying, you're playing video games too much. Hit the book, study, whatever. Which I understand that's his. When I was young, we didn't have video. I played with G.I. Joes, and I'm pretending they're shooting the Germans. Now EJ can get on and boom, he can shoot the Germans, boom, right there on the computer. Right. On the gaming thing, which I get it. Every generation. I mean, I had to get it. Make sure I had a dime to call my dad to pick me up after basketball practice. Now every kid has a phone and they text or they have their own Lyft account and they're getting their own ride home. So I get it. The times have changed and generations changed, but to be honest with you, I would have never have guessed there would be an NBA 2K league, and I'd be helping promote these guys and you and this team. It's been awesome. I mean, I was scared to death. I still don't know what the hell's going on. I'm trying to do the thing like this. My guy keeps running into the bleachers. I keep running out of bounds. I try to get the ball and boom, I go out of bounds. I keep going. There's something wrong with my.
That's what we call that? What? We call that no stick.
I got no stick. I got no stick. It's on the record. He said it. Ramo, whatever the hell he's pronounced his name nowadays. Ramo. What is it?
Oh, but
Madonna? Madonna's Madonna. Gaga's Gaga.
You guys want to know what he told me his nickname was? E-Pain.
E-Pain is my nickname.
You got to throw up the.
So you're Ramo on the court. You're Ramo off the court.
So you want me?
Is that right?
You want me to explain it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So the way I want my gamer tag pronounced is Ramo, because I had my gamer tag before was Let's Get It Ramo. I didn't want Ramo because I want to separate my name from my gamer tag. So my gamer tag will be pronounced Ramo, but my actual name, if you see me as 3 or whatever you want to, come up to me,
but
is
it's spelled
Ramo.
the same.
Yeah.
He's trying to build 2.
It's his alter ego.
Hello?
It's his alter ego on the court.
Oh,
he's Ramo.
Now we got to go to Wolf. Wolf 94. Explain.
74.
We changed it to 94.
I changed it to 94.
I wanted Wolf to change it to 94 because he guards 94 feet.
That's perfect.
You like that one, Eddie?
All right, so that was. So
I love that one.
He got 2 branding things going. You're trying to change his brand. My God. So hold on. So what's with the number? That your high school number or something?
74. Yeah, I wore that playing college football and high school.
So what's with the Wolf name? Explain us.
I have no explanation for real. No, well, the real explanation is like when I first made it on Xbox, I was Lone Wolf. Like,
okay.
I just took out the lone and kept the wolf, and there it is.
So where did the Lone Wolf come from?
I don't know. Something I thought of. I was young. I was
Come
like,
on.
That was
lone
playing.
wolf. You can't be a lone wolf in this.
right.
Right.
So
So I
gave
took
up
it out.
alone
You know?
because he's now part of a team. I
I'm
like
part-
that.
exactly.
He told me
there
before
it is.
he named himself Wolf because he feels like he's like that wild beast on defense.
He's not a wild. Well, on defense, he's a
That's
nice
what he
guy.
told me. I don't know what type of. I don't know what he's trying to prove right here.
hold on.
He just made that up.
How
No,
about
no,
how
that's what
about
he told
the
me.
genius over here? Did you have something other than Cody Parrent out there?
CP. Oh,
Yeah,
CP20.
Mine's CP20 is my
Explain.
name.
What's the 2-0?
So CP, my initials, that's my nickname growing up, was always CP.
Mm-hmm.
And 20 was a clan I was in.
I'm out. I'm out.
So I just
Wait,
kept
hold
it like a team, a clan.
People
so
don't
you,
really know this, though. Like everybody thinks
Clan for
Cody's
what,
your
though?
real name.
Clan for
You
what?
gotta tell
2-0
the world.
oh
The
gosh.
farmers or something?
wait,
instead of the-
Cody's not his real name. You know
They
that?
got to get the
I
MCL.
swear, you never know that.
What's
Look,
your
no
real
one knows
name?
that.
What the hell's a 2-0?
20. So that was like
Oh,
the
wait, wait,
name
wait,
of
no,
the
no,
team.
no. What's
was
your real
20.
name?
My real name is Robert.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Cody's not.
Yeah,
So
Cody's
your
not
initials are
like,
RP. They're not CP.
RCP.
Wait,
because
wait,
my
wait.
middle name is
That's not his
Cullen.
name.
I'm stunned
What?
right now.
Cullen,
His middle name is
Cullen.
Cullen.
So wait, what?
So Cody's not even on your driver's license. It just says
So
Robert.
Cody's not even a
Cullen
real
Parrent.
So
name.
your real name?
Cody
Is,
is a nickname.
well, your
that's
real
stuck.
name is Robert.
My
Robert
real name is
Cullen.
Robert.
So why am I calling you Cody?
Parrent. Yeah.
It's a nickname that
calling you
I've always
Robert
gone
now.
with.
So if it's
Done.
Robert Cullen, you should be RC.
Yeah.
Not CP.
The world knows
RCP.
now. The world knows.
What the
He's
heck?
RC.
Cody
now.
is
They know.
RC.
So you've been telling me I've been baited since I got traded here? What?
That's
We've all
thought
been
you knew that.
bamboozled.
that's
I got
it's,
bamboozled.
It's been since I could talk. It's always been Cody. So my dad's name is Robert too. It's a family name. Cullen's a family name.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Oh gosh.
Can't look at you the same.
Robert.
Hey, well, listen,
that?
guys. I'm being
Who's
waved
Robert?
When
down.
do you get married? I got my wife has a brother. His real name is, I'm gonna screw this up. His real name is George, but they call him Robbie.
His middle name.
No, they call him Robbie. I said, what's this? I meant like you're dating
George
and then
and
you
Robbie,
get
like, what's the
engaged. Like
correlation?
what's your brother's name? He goes Robbie. I said, but his real name is George, but we call him Robbie. I go, why? I don't know.
That's kind of like me.
Wait. So how'd you get the nickname Cody? Just,
I don't know. I honestly, I'm not sure. It just someone called me that, whether it was mom or dad or my sister,
all right.
and it just stuck.
I thought you got the game tell like how Wolf got Wolf. I was about
I mean,
to. I was
that pretty
really
much
about-
is, though.
Look,
RC.
that facial expression says it all.
RC. That's what we call him now. This day 40 is RC.
RC.
Robert
CP.
Cullen.
Look, we're gonna call you RC car.
See, he said
Come on.
RCP.
CP.
RCP.
You want
RCP's not bad.
You can call me whatever. I'm fine with that.
RCP.
I'm stunned.
Nah,
honestly.
too many
I don't know
letters.
what
Too
to
many
say
letters.
no more.
RCP's too much.
All right, guys. Well, we're getting waved down by Spencer and the interns here. Hi, Connor. How are you? It's
The
good to
interns
see you.
are
There he is.
The interns are worthless.
No, they're doing a great job, Eddie. They're doing a great
I'm
job.
kidding. I give them a hard time. If I don't give you a hard time, means I don't like
You
you.
gotta. All right. One thing. Every time you come in here, you gotta ask him what's the quote of the day. He does one quote every day. And it has a meaning to what we're doing now. And
With the butler, I barely get 2 quotes a week out of
I'm
him.
just saying. Make sure after this you ask him quote of the day.
All right. So thank you. We're going to close it down there. Thank you, Eddie, so much for hanging out with us
This
today.
was probably a career highlight.
Appreciate you coming down, Eddie.
We appreciate you. Everybody, let us know if you enjoyed having Eddie on the podcast. We'd love to bring him back and hang out and maybe be a little more forward facing for our franchise. So let us know whether this is on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, it'll be posted there. Also, shout out to Salesforce, the presenting sponsor of our podcast. Thank you so much, Salesforce. Any final thoughts? from you
Salesforce
guys?
is a phenomenal.
They are.
company.
This is true.
But you think what
Sure.
they've done for this city? And they showed up the other day at the Fever Media Day. Mm-hmm. They did their own thing. It was unbelievable. There's certain companies. They always talk about separate yourself from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Salesforce has separated themselves from the field. They are phenomenal. And Robert, anytime you want me back, Mr. Robert Cullen.
There it is.
Robert Cullen, as his good friends
RC.
call him, RC. All
See,
those
look, you
people down Evansville.
I just forgot about the name. You said Robert. I'm looking like, wait, I'm thinking you're talking
Robert
about
Cullen from
I'm thinking you're
Evansville.
talking about somebody from Salesforce. I
No, it's
swear.
Robert
I
Cullen.
don't know who
Oh,
that is.
We're
you met
dropping
Robert
governments
Cullen?
now.
I don't know who that is.
He's sitting right
We're
here.
dropping governments now.
What?
Next mayor of Evansville, Robert
All right.
I don't know who he is.
I'm kicking you guys out. We're done. It's CP, aka Cody,
Drop the mic.
signing out. Have a great day. Go Pacers.
I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea. I'ma need you to back up.